Hi friends, in this video we'll learn how a BRS problem is framed. So in our accountancy textbooks, we always find this chapter of bank reconciliation statement, and we find that there are some issues relating to the bank reconciliation statement. We find that there are problems with number of differences which are listed down in a BRS problem. Now, in this video what we'll try to do is we'll see how a BRS problem is actually framed. Okay, now what is BRS? BRS means a bank reconciliation statement. Let us see through an example how we are going to frame a question on a BRS, and then we'll learn how to prepare a BRS, bank reconciliation statement. On 1st May 21, cash book showed a favorable balance of 2,35,000. So in this topic called as the bank reconciliation statement, whenever we are talking about cash book, we are actually talking about the bank column in the cash book, or we are talking about the bank account in our ledger accounts. So on 1st May 21, cash book, that is the bank column, showed a favorable balance of 2,35,000. In our earlier videos, we have learned what is the meaning of favorable balance. That means we have deposited more than what we have withdrawn in the bank. So 2,35,000 according to us is there in our bank. But the passbook showed a credit balance of 1,80,000 only. So what we are saying is, we are saying that we have a bank balance of 2,35,000. We are saying our money is there in the bank. Bank owes us 2,35,000, whereas the bank is saying that, boss, you have only 1,80,000 rupees which we owe to you. So as per us, we have 2,35,000 of our money in the bank, and as per the bank, they are holding only 1,80,000 of our money with them. So there's a difference. According to us, this much should be there in the bank, but only this much is there in the bank on this particular date. So now the question arises, why is there a difference in the balance? How to find out the reasons for differences? Both should be the same. If I say I have 10 rupees in my bank account, bank should say, yes boss, you have 10 rupees in your bank account. But there is a difference here. So how do I ascertain the difference? What we do is, we have to take the cash book and the passbook for the earlier period and compare them. How will we do the comparison? Here we have the cash book. Bank account is nothing but the cash book bank column. This is nothing but cash book bank column. So we take the cash book bank column bank account in our books for the month of April. You can see the April month cash book here. That is the bank column of the cash book, or we can say bank account, and this is the passbook. What we have to do is, we have to compare the debits and the credits. Debits of the cash book, that is the debits of the bank account, with the credits of the passbook. Credits of the bank account with the debits of the passbook. If you observe, on 1st April 21, two balance brought down 1 lakh. As per our books, there was a balance of 1 lakh. And if you see the passbook, it is also showing by balance brought down 1 lakh. So the balance are same. So what we can do is, we can say this cannot be the reason of difference. We'll strike it off, because corresponding entry is there in both the books. If all the entries are recorded by both the parties properly, then there will be no difference at all. If a debit in our books has a corresponding credit in the books of the bank, then there will be no difference. Then we said 5th April 21, 2 cash 1 lakh. This is a deposit. And on the credit side, you can see in the passbook also there is a deposit of 1 lakh. It is recorded on the same day by us and also by the bank. So this is also not a reason of difference, because entries have been recorded on the same day by both the parties. Then in our bank account, we are writing two datas, 50,000. We have received some checks from the customers. We have deposited it in the bank, and we have debited our bank account 50,000. As you remember, in the business, whenever we receive the check, we record the entry for the check on the date of receipt of the check. So on 25th April we received checks from customers. On the same day we have recorded an entry in our books. But if you see the credit side of the passbook, there is no corresponding entry. That means we have recorded a deposit, but there is no deposit in the passbook. Why there is no deposit in the passbook? Because the money on these checks have not been collected by the bank yet. The bank has sent the checks for collection, but the money has not come yet. That is why there is no entry here. So this is one of the reason for difference. Now come to the debit side, credit side of the cash book. Buy cash 5,000. We have withdrawn cash from the bank. Again, on the debit side of the passbook, there is a transaction. So these two transactions are same. We'll strike them off. They are not the reason of difference. Then 7th April, we issued some checks to our creditors. By creditors 10,000. We have issued checks to our creditors. We have recorded the entry on the date of issue of the check. The creditors have gone to the bank, but they have gone on 10th April and they have taken the money from the bank, 10,000. Yes, this is also there in the books of the bank. So these entries also recorded by both the parties properly. So this is not the reason of difference. But if you observe, in the passbook, there is a debit of 5,000. Interest, bank has charged some interest. Debit in the passbook is a withdrawal, but there is no corresponding credit in the cash book. There is no corresponding withdrawal record in the cash book. So this is one of the reason of difference. Now if you observe, we have done the balancing here on 30th April. To buy balance carried down 2,35,000 and to balance brought down 2,35,000. Passbook there was a balance of 1,80,000. So we find that there are two transactions, one in the cash book which is not recorded in the passbook, and one in the passbook which is not recorded in the cash book. So there is a transaction, there is a deposit which is recorded in the cash book, not recorded in the passbook. There is a withdrawal recorded in the passbook, not recorded in the cash book. Because of this, there is a difference. So you can see on 1st May there is a balance of 2,35,000 in the cash book, and passbook was showing a credit balance of 1,80,000. So there is a difference. These differences are arising only because of these two transactions, this 50,000 and this 5,000. So now how these differences are shown in the question. So we'll now frame the question. On comparison, we find the following reasons. 1. Checks received from customers 25th April 21, rupees 50,000, not collected by the bank. The bank has not yet collected payment on these check. Second, interest charged by bank on 15th April 21, rupees 5,000, not recorded in the cash book. So here we have now completed the problem. So here we have a bank reconciliation problem. On 1st May 21, cash book, that is the bank column of the cash book, showed a favorable bank balance of 2,35,000, but the passbook showed a credit balance of 1,80,000 only. On comparison, we find the following reasons. Checks received from customers on 25th April 21, rupees 50,000, not collected by the bank. Up to which date? On 1st May, they have not been able to collect the payment. Then, interest charged by the bank. When did they charge interest? On 15th April 21, rupees 5,000, not recorded in the cash book. Now, how do we prepare a bank reconciliation statement for this problem? I'll simply write BRS as on 1st May 21, I am preparing a statement explaining the difference in the balance as per cash book and as per the passbook. favorable balance as per cash book. It was 2,35,000. Add and less. Now we have two items here. One amount is 50,000, the other amount is 5,000. Interest charged by the bank is not recorded in the cash book. So if we would have recorded the entry in the cash book, what would have happened? We would have reduced the balance. Less, we'll write interest charged by bank 5,000. Next, there is one more less item. Checks not collected 50,000. This we have recorded as a deposit in our books, but the money has not been collected yet. So we have unnecessarily increased the balance as per the books of the business. So we have to reduce this. When we have received the check, we have recorded the deposit, but the money has not come yet. So we have to reduce the amount here so that we are able to make it equal to the passbook. Now we get the amount 1,80,000. We'll say balance as per passbook on 1st May 21. So this is how a bank reconciliation statement looks like. So we started with cash book balance and we said because of these two reasons the cash book was showing a higher balance. If you nullify their impact, we'll arrive at the passbook balance. This 50,000 was recorded as a deposit in the cash book, whereas the same was not recorded in the passbook. So if I reduce this amount from the cash book, I should arrive at the passbook. This withdrawal was recorded in the passbook but not recorded in the cash book. So if I record this withdrawal in the cash book, I should arrive at the passbook balance. So now I arrive at the passbook balance. Now the balances are reconciled. So this is how we prepare a bank reconciliation statement, and this is how we frame a problem on BRS. So how a problem on BRS is framed: we take the cash book passbook balance on a particular day. If the balances do not tally, we compare the cash book and the passbook, and then we strike off the common entries, and we are left with the entries which do not tally in the books, and that is nothing but used for preparation of a bank reconciliation statement.